he's still standing right at the wheel with Go-Go, and he like pats her on the back. He's like, never disappoint.
Gogo's like, hell yeah! She's like screaming at the top of her lungs, like, like she does.
Like,
and yeah, he gets on, he gets on comms, and he's like, good job, everybody.
You hear curses of Russian coming from Boomer's side. That he's like, you hear like frying electrical circuits like sparking in the distance, and like, yeah, you hear a whole bunch of shit going bad there, yeah.
Chan, darling, would you go help?
Yeah, he says to Boomer.
Do you call to Chan?
Oh, I would come if I hear like smoke and shit happening in the engine room.
You didn't give him a comm pad.
I assume he's in my room. I have open comms in my room.
He's probably still hiding in that closet with a gun.
He's in a very specific location in your room.
You never told him he could leave.
I'll go find him in a bit. It's fine.
Yeah, Oscar gets on, open comms, but to Boomer specifically. He says, Boomer, we lost him. You can turn the still back on if you need to.
The still? I'm worried about the engines exploding.
Is there a distinction between the two any longer?
Quite. One means I'm just unhappy, the other means I'm dead.
So dramatic.
I don't think Oscar responds to that.
Okay. So, eventually, after a long, hard fought, although eventually you guys will turn around and fight, and we can actually have a duel in the sky.
We need a better ship first.
Guns.
Yeah.
Need that better ship first. Soon, TM. So, we talk about, you guys are at Paphos now, but you're able to make it to the edge of the system without any particular harm. But as you're leaving, when you get closer to the exchange beacon, because remember, the exchange beacon is neutral, right? Like, doesn't matter what you did on Paphos, the exchange beacon is neutral ground for anybody. Literally, Pirates and Westwind could show up at the same place, they get fuel just the same, and then they leave, and once they're outside of the range of the exchange beacon, they can fight all they fucking want. Because the exchange really controls everything. If they turn off your money, you can't do anything anymore. So nobody fucks with them. They're kind of the omnipresent force in the galaxy, or at least in the sector. Because who knows what happens in other sectors. So as you guys get closer to the edge, after having this intense kind of mini dogfight / escape run / Kessel run, or Death Star trench run, whatever you want to call it.
The Kessel run in 12 parsecs.
Yeah, and you guys did this in the shortest amount of distance possible. That is certainly for sure. What do you guys do? I assume that jumping is a thing, but is there any like cooldown downtime between jumping and what you guys just performed?
Fisher is saying, I'm going back to the med bay and just try to relax from this mess that you seem to have dragged me into. As you can probably hear the kind of jazz that's just blasting out of the med bay, as I sink into like trying to relax, take my mind off it.
So there's like cigar smoke wafting out of the med bay and loud. Is that basically the?
Yes, totally.
Awesome. Well, I mean, I think Oscar would basically just. You said this is pre-jump, like at the exchange. We're in neutral territory, right?
Yeah. So, like, you guys had refueled, I assume, as soon as you got into the system, but you still have to make it to the edge of the system outside of the gravity well to jump.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in transit, and that takes, like, 6 hours. So you're in transit to, like, get out.
I don't think I have any. I have stuff that I might want to accomplish during that
Mhm.
travel, but I think even Oscar needs a little.
Breather.
He probably, yeah, he he says to Gogo like, you know where we're headed, and then he plods off. Still, he's still in his assault suit,
Right.
He-
Which
he
is
kinda- he
you're
kinda,
probably like I don't know if you sweat, but you're probably like doused in whatever like excrement would cool you down because it's fucking hot in here.
Oh. Yeah, after we kicked up the engine to 11,
Yeah.
it's probably pretty toasty.
Well, yeah, so like the deal is like you have a sealed environment that is reasonably okay, but like after a few hours, it becomes stale and like
Mhm.
it just gets nasty. Your breath starts fogging up the glass.
Yeah, so he makes his way to probably the cafeteria.
Sure. Are you
He's gonna get
doff your armor?
compressed.
Because
He so if
Do you
anyone
ever-
else were to walk in, they would probably find Oscar like stark ass naked with a
Yeah.
cup of coffee, like a pot of coffee on the table, playing with like boxing and unboxing this armor and like checking all the fittings and stuff, and
Mhm.
just hanging out in the cafeteria.
Okay, cool. Fortune, you got anything?
Not necessarily. Nothing out of the ordinary.
You got to fire the guns for the first time.
I did, so that was cool. I didn't hit anything because of that.
We
But-
don't know that. You
Right.
can just tell us
Yeah.
you nailed them.
Well, and
Gogo knows that.
or you could just say, hey, I was just trying to get him off our tail. I wasn't trying to kill him.
You're
Yeah.
suppressive.
Deflector shields.
Yeah.
Were up.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Totally.
Fucking ammunition. We need to just replace all the ammunition on the ship.
Replace all the ammunition that exists in the sector. Actually, let's just make our own ammunition.
Yeah. But no, nothing crazy. I'm
Okay.
probably just relaxing.
So go. You get to the edge of the system.
Yeah.
It's time to make those rolls.
Yeah. So we're going to 204. Yes.
Where are we going, Coco?
We're going.
Why-
To, well, Gogo's going to 204.
Why have you guys not made me put the destination marker back up? It's probably because you guys kept doing stupid things with it, and I just deleted it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was. So
I don't do
pretty.
stupid things with anything.
Like that. I think this is what I was
Is
using
this
before.
like your
There we go.
triangle marker?
Yeah, it's exactly
Yeah.
like the fucking triangle marker.
Oh my god, that thing was amazing. For like the hot minute it existed.
I just feel like sometimes my players are incompetent. I still love them, but good lord.
Do I need to draw some big arrows to make sure we see where the marker is?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe you do. Okay, so go. You're at the edge of the system. It requires a jump. Are you going straight to 407?
Yeah, I think so because we have to go like down and around. it
Yeah.
seems.
Yep.
So.
I mean,
Yeah.
you don't have to, but yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so the double jump is going to make it an 8.
I forget we don't have any assisted, right? Anymore of any
Nope.
kind.
Your nav computer is on your old Apollo.
Freddie McFreight face.
No problem. You make it a 407. So, does anybody have anything pertinent, or do we want to just continue jumping during transit? It's been 3 days, so like, take into note how your character would feel after 3 days, or if there are any conversations that would be had, like, because like there's only been brief like angry slash confused slash I don't know what the fuck is going on, and you guys are bad at explaining shit. Now's the
Yeah,
time to
I mean-
decompress and talk about it.
I think once in his head, like 72 hours has elapsed. Fisher has probably cooled off.
Yeah.
Oscar would, go to the med bay, try and find him, and ask him if he had made any progress with, tinkering with the thing that he gave him.
Apologies, Oscar. It seems that I've been already piled up with work. I'm at this instance trying to do the analysis of your blood to begin with, but then the experimentation with the MES device shall be the second task that I shall begin. So do not worry, it is still Go-Go's mad with that.
Yeah. Here come the angry
So
emotes from Go-Go's
he
room.
says, Fisher, remind me again what my blood was for.
Well, obviously, with this being a device that interrupts your psychokinetic abilities, we don't simply want to just suddenly erupt it upon you with no forewarning of what the full implications could be.
May I make, Will, and I'm asking you personally,
Okay.
may I make a perception check to see if you're bullshitting me a little?
I mean, so how it works is, Will, you were
yeah.
fully clear to say, no, you either believe me or you don't.
Yeah, but because I don't think that you're trying to, I think this is just all good and fun. Like, if it really mattered, you could say, no, fuck off, I'm going to do what I want.
No, I mean...
I think you're kind of pulling... I get the sense that you're maybe not...
telling the whole truth.
Well, I think
Yes.
that if... Oscar, I'm going to be honest, I think that if you get the sense as a human being that he is not telling the truth, you should go with that.
Or as a non-human being, because he's not.
I meant like Matt,
as a player.
Matt IRL. Matt IRL, if
Yeah.
you believe he's not telling you the truth...
No,
I
that's
think
the
you
thing.
should go.
I'm trying to play it.
No. I'm telling you directly, metagame it. If you do believe that he is not telling the truth, make your character believe that. No need for a roll.
I'm gonna roll it. That's how I want to play it.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
that's
for the sake
completely
of it.
fine.
Sure.
No, he doesn't know enough about he doesn't know enough about what you are doing specifically to know if that could actually help, even though he has some background. So he's curious about it, but he's not gonna raise any further questions.
Yeah. Dr. Fisher seems completely sincere in what he's saying.
Sure. So he says, yeah, that I suppose keep me apprised of anything you might find. I am not simply a practitioner. I'm interested in the nuts and bolts, so to speak. Anything you find is of interest to me.
I'll be sure to have a full report once I've finished. 722 pages.
Yeah, Oscar, you're pretty sure you just asked for the wrong fucking thing, by the way.
No. He is actually asking about the blood work mock-up.
Oh no, totally. I meant that somewhat sarcastically in the fact that you're going to get probably the most pedantic grad student have to fit as many words in the paper as humanly or inhumanly possible.
Yeah, and when he says 700 plus pages, he's like, a conversation might suffice. but I will leave you to your work. And he as he's kind of turning out the door, he says, Fisher, please try and prioritize this, though. It may come extremely useful in, weeks to come.
We know who the angry emotes are directed at now.
Of course, Oscar. Maybe
So-
I shall.
No, go on. Sorry.
I shall do it post haste.
Yeah, he nods, and as he's going out the door, he says, "Again, good job on the comms. You did well."
Thank you very much, and thank you for saving my hide, as it were, down on Pathos.
That may have been a lateral move at best, but you are welcome, I suppose.
So here's where I'm going to
off.
introduce a mechanic for you, Will, specifically.
Okay.
So I did this with Will, but I did it kind of in the background, and I didn't really have like everything up front. So I'm going to do it up front so that it is much more transparent this time. Because you are a researcher and you're actively working on projects that are going to take a long time, we're going to do a series of rolls to see when you complete this. And how I'm going to do it is I'm simply going to say, during every transit period, you can make a science check or a tech check, depending on which one you're trying to do. And if you get a success of whatever the success number is, you can add 1 success. So in your equipment, go ahead and I believe you have 3 projects right now, right? You have blood, you have weird grenade, possibly spray paint thing, and you have the collar thing, right? So go ahead and add an entry for each of those, and then next to the blood, I want you to put a 0 out of 3.
Okay.
Next to the grenade thing, I want you to put a 0 out of 10. And next to the collar, I want you to put a 0 out of 7.
Okay.
I see how it is.
It is literally mandate tech that he has no reference for at all.
Yeah.
And the collars are almost TL5 with their technology as it is. I mean, it's almost literal mind control, so that is also difficult. So, having completed 1 transit, you may roll a science check. Which one are you going to roll, and I'll give you the difficulty.
So
which one are you going to attempt to work on during this particular...
Yeah, I've obviously got to go for the blood.
Okay, the blood, yeah. So that's going to be... It's just analysis, right? So it's really not even that hard. So it's just going to be a basic success. So you need a 6+ on a science check. And then you can gain 1 success.
I mean, I've already got a +3, so unless I roll double ones...
Going to be really hard, then. And it's with intelligence, obviously.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yes, 1 success.
Alright, so you have 1 out of 3 on that. So, does anybody else have any RP stuff that they would like to do?
I think that there's 2 things that I want to do.
Sure.
1 is check on Chan. 2, probably talk to Boomer and put him on gaining information on the alien population on the planet that we're going to.
Okay. Sure.
We don't necessarily have to RP that out, but those are 2 things that I want to occur.
I'll let you know right now. I'm glad you mentioned Chan, because if you hadn't, somebody would be making an evasion saving roll right now.
Okay.
What?
I'm gonna go check on Baby Chan.
Because think about what you told him. If
Yes, I
anything
know. That's why
opens
you need
this
to go
closet,
check on him.
if anything opens this closet,
No,
point
that's not
and
what
pull
I said.
That is exactly what you said.
I'm
no.
sorry.
No.
Go back to the VOD. There's no way that I told him to fire anything that came through the door. I said, would you like to fight or hide? Those are the exact words that I said.
Crew?
I don't recall.
Okay.
I don't remember her telling him to fire at anybody.
Thank you.
Okay, Megan. Now you know I'm going to clip it, right? And it's going to show up in your inbox.
Please do. Please do. I want you to do that 100%.
Amazing.
Go for it, sir.
Trust me, I would not have thought of doing this if you had not said something like that. If you had not said, shoot at whatever comes through the door. I would not have thought of doing this. However, luckily you calmed to him and let him know you were on the ship and everything was okay before you went into the closet and opened the door. And so he is... it's like the first time you met him. It's complete, like, PTSD. He's non-verbal, like, except for when you kind of unwittingly give him orders, right? The college effects have a strong enough hold on him that you can, still command him. But I think that throughout the next 3 days, it takes a lot of babysitting in order to get him even reasonably back to normal. And normal being like, maybe like the first month on the ship normal, not 3 months down the road where we were making progress. He's definitely regressed a bit due to this incident. Because up to now, he hasn't been directly involved with any of the craziness that's been going on. And remember, the shining moment, his breakthrough, right, was when he came and rescued you guys. And so, like, you guys going into another firefight and having other crazy shit happen, like, caused him to kind of have a little bit of regression because of the thought of being alone again, just him and Stanley locked in the ship container of death. And so, yeah, it probably takes a little bit to kind of get him warmed up again. With Boomer, it is very much, it's pretty easy, and he's probably already, like, doing what you ask, kind of, prior to your arrival, like, already trying to pull up information and gather data and figure out what's going on with the people, and what they're doing and how they're working. So he will have a reasonable amount of information by the time you get to 204.
Okie dokie. That's all I wanted to do.
Okay. Anything for Fortune or Fisher?
Yes, kind of. First, where were you getting those things that could be added to, say, a motorcycle?
Okay, so that is all in the supplement. It is in the supplement. What's the Engines of Babylon?
Okay.
And essentially, if
probably,
you look, did you look at your ship tab on your sheet?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
So you'll see there what you have available, right? You have like a certain amount of mass and a certain amount of power. I think it's 1 power and 2 mass with the sidecar on it.
Yeah.
And 0 hard points, by the way, for the motorcycle. And so, actually, when I said these are some of the things, that's actually basically all of the things that you could get.
All of the things, yeah.
Yeah, because the motorcycle is also a small size vehicle.
Yes, very. So I just didn't know where you were pulling that information from.
It's actually page 7 of the of that supplement in particular.
I see them now. So all right, and probably after the next jump or the jump after, I will have something that I want to do.
Yeah, you'll have to go find it, right? Like,
yeah,
you might have to make a pit stop somewhere and pick up equipment to get it.
Something. Yeah,
totally. Cool. So that brings us to, I think, jump number 2 here. Unless Dr. Fisher, do you have anything specific that you'd like to do?
I will just continue with my research.
Okay, cool. All right, go. It's jump time. Where you want to go?
206.
206? Okay, you're gonna make a double jump? Alright, so it's an 8 difficulty. Also, Will, you should wait to roll those, because if we roll a mishap, that might interrupt your ability to science.
Okay, yes, okay.
If you guys end up in an unknown part of space with the ship on fire, you probably will not be able to science.
Oh, please, it's fine. We can get a 12.
Alright, 206 it is. Boom. So now you've gone from uninhabited, or actually, I'm sorry, you can't go to 206. My bad. You have to go to 306. Because technically you have to go down and then up. Because of the hyperlanes. Yeah, because
we were in the drive.
Yeah, you were in the hyperlane. There's no conducted path for this hex to from
407 to 306.
There's no
way.
path there, so you have to go here and then here. So you are in an inhabited system, but 306 is the system that doesn't like nobody. They don't like nobody. But in particular here, by the way, you can add another success there, Dr. Fisher. In particular here, one of the important things to note is when you jump in, they're recognizable now. But at the exchange fuel station, there are a couple of TON ships. They appear to be like passenger liners, not like military or anything like that. But there are a couple that are refueling here when you guys arrive to refuel as well. And that's it. That's really the only thing of note that appears here. So if nobody has anything else, we can continue to move along at a proper clip. Although, Fortune, have you found anything that you were interested in?
Kind of.
Maybe this is a good time to have the sit down with it, because you're 2 jumps away from your destination.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a good time to have a sit down and with the crew again and look at that map and try and maybe figure out some more stuff, because you guys are gonna have fresh eyes on it now.
Possibly. Yeah. So I'd probably just call. For now, I'd probably just talk to Oscar.
Just Oscar? Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are the
I'd
tacticians. So I'll move everybody
Yeah,
over here just because I assume you guys are poring over plans, maybe?
Probably.
As this is happening.
So I'd probably so where, what, who, why are we doing here? I know we're not killing a guy to get information, but how are we gonna not kill the guy to get information?
Matt?
He
Oh.
Yeah.
he was having problems.
Well, Fortune, it's kind of like I can drop from orbit in my assault suit, and perhaps you can get an attachment for the motorcycle that allows you to burrow underground, and you can take Gogo in the sidecar. It's only a thought, obviously. I respect your judgment and would hope that you would have meaningful input. I'm just here for the ride.
I love how you just drop your voice an octave. That's your only impression that you did.
I think it was okay. I actually think it was really good with the inflection.
No, you did.
It was good.
You did a good job. It's fine. Hey, Matt? Hello? No, he's still not there.
No, he's still dropping out.
He's restarting things.
So do you have Boomer in the room as well then?
Yeah, probably.
Boomer has like a lot of the information, so maybe Boomer's there as well, and we can do that.
I would like that.
He can
yes.
jump in as he sees fit. So the 3 of you are sitting around, and Oscar's doing his quiet, contemplative, staring at the map, scratching his chin underneath the mask.
Mm-hmm.
And you and Boomer are having conversation. So where do you start here?
I'm like, is this the most information we have? We don't know what's around this complex.
Boomer's probably, in fact, actually, Boomer probably says, "Oh, I've been doing some research for Gogo, and well, I found some other things, but I can't tell if it's good or bad." And he pulls out like a larger map. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to increase this map size, and I'm going to draw something for you.
Okay.
So I'm going to put the height as like 50 as well. And we're gonna draw a thing. So this is gonna be very crude, understand?
Right.
So this is kind of the rocky outcropping that is behind the base. Okay.
I'm not seeing anything, but sure.
I had to release the
Oh,
mouse
hey,
button.
there we go.
Yeah, I had to release the mouse button. And so then like this is the base that's kind of nestled in here. It's kind of built into the rocks as well.
Yeah.
And then he says that the rocks kind of splay out from here. Kind kind of, in this direction. So it's kind of nestled in this little like kind of outcropping, and then past these tall spires, which are probably like, this big or whatever. This all this over here is all like a sheer drop. Very hard to like navigate. You wouldn't be able to like drive anything. So it's kind of like a dead end over there. Now the ship could be over there, certainly.
Yeah.
Like the ship could probably even, and Boomer even probably suggests that like the ship could actually be hidden over here, but he also makes a mention that there is, he's found out some more information about, after like researching the picture a bit. So he recognizes that there is actually a sensor tower device, that is located kind of, in fact, I'll actually just do it. I'll do it this way. I'll just type it in text on the map itself, so you can see it. So he determines that this is part of a sensor array. This whole like long building here.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is tall enough to see basically over the tops of these, not down, but either like if you wanted to get the ship in there, you would have to navigate it from further off in the canyon to kind of navigate it up there, which I'm sure Gogo could do.
Yeah.
But he also says that probably about, and let me get my distances right here, because I did make this like very specific distances for reasons. I need this. Yep, that please. Length. So he probably says, oh, it's starting to rain, so here come the hurricanes. Hooray.
Hurricanes in January, gotta love Florida.
Gotta love Florida. So he says, about 1.5 clicks in this direction, there appears to be like another smaller plateau. That would be perhaps a good observation point.
Okay.
It's like right, let's say like right out here. That might be a good observation point, but it's unclear because they don't have like orbital, like really good orbital pictures of the area, whether or not like it's totally possible that's a like auxiliary base, right?
All right.
They just don't have a whole lot of information because it's like really bad Google Maps, right? Because again, this is a TL3 planet.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like really bad Google Maps of like, if you try to do Google Maps in the desert, it's going to be a little bit grainy, a little bit fuzzy. You just know that it is a feature, like a mountainous feature of some sort. But it might work. Who knows?
All right.
And then he says the approach from the south. So like this area here, the approach from the south is mostly like sand dunes. So like think Sahara Desert, where it's not very slick, but it might be more concealing, right? Like if you could navigate through it properly, it might be better to do. And then up here is more like rocky, craggy, not as flat land up in this direction.
All right.
And then mostly in here, it's like arid, like almost like scrubland. Which probably leads to the fact that there's probably a water source, right, somewhere along this this intersection here. Maybe even running to or from, just maybe underground, right, so you can't see it. That will allow you to see those certain things. Are you back, Oscar?
I am, in fact, back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I don't know how much of that you heard.
A fair amount of it.
Okay, good.
I'm good.
Okay, good. So that's kind of like the overall layout based on poor Google Maps.
Do we have, in case I missed it, do we have any information whatsoever about their numbers?
Specifically, no.
Unspecifically, what do we have?
Right, you have kind of what. Oh, and I just realized that hasn't been on stream. You have kind of this is the additional information that you're getting now. As you get closer, Boomer might come up with more, or you guys might be able to come up with more.
Okay.
But what you can see here, and accurately exactly what you can see in this picture, are things that you can see from this orbital shot that you have.
Cool.
I mean, everything that you see in this picture exists in some capacity at this place.
All right.
So Oscar's question is, well, do we want to risk the ship by parking it so close to this encampment? That seems unwise.
Yeah, probably don't want to get the ship that close to this. Especially if they have a sensor array, they may be able to deal with something once they've scanned it.
Yeah, also notably, I see you measuring. This is actually to scale.
The accurate measurement thing?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, I figured as much. I was just trying to...
The stuff on the bottom, obviously not, but the actual map, that is to scale.
Yeah, I was just measuring to... Okay, in a building this size, it could hold this many people, or this much equipment kind of thing.
Yep.
Alright.
Totally. Use your
All
brains.
right.
So yeah, he said, Oscar,
I'd say probably...
second concern is, well, if we're not going to park the ship, we'll need, I could probably travel on foot easy enough, but you all will need an approach vehicle, certainly.
Which leads me to my next point.
I mean, I'm going to say this just because I feel like it's important, and Boomer would probably say it. He probably looks at you, Fortune, and says, do you even need to approach?
That I wasn't planning on being on my bike. See, that's the other thing, though, is like, how well can I see into this from wherever we are?
Well, I just described kind of
what's Boomer's...
what the thing is down here, right? Like...
What this thing is?
Yeah, so this is like a plateau. You don't have information on what it is. It might just be a natural land feature, or it might not. Who knows? This is all kind of like... all of this here is like flat, arid scrubland.
Yeah, there's nothing between
there would
here
be
and
no
there.
There would be no impeditory, like, nothing to impede your vision from over here. Now, this is not to scale, but as I said, it's about 1.5 clicks.
Yeah.
Or, 1,500 meters.
Is Boomer's implication there that Fortune would rely on his long gun, or that we would nuke this entire site from orbit without ever setting foot on it? Because either is totally viable.
His implication was it might be nice to have long range,
certainly
accurate support in this particular juncture.
And I'm perfectly fine with that, but 1,500 meters.
We did ascertain that the anti-vehicle guns could shoot kind of a kilometer.
Yep, I think that, what did I say, 1,000 meters?
That would be at a pretty big disadvantage, though, to hit a human target. Those are anti-vehicle, not anti-sniper hidden in brush.
Yeah, sure, but it's still applicable.
It would still fuck them up if they hit. But
they might need to find me first. I'm a pretty small target at 1,500 meters.
Yeah, especially if you're, like, prone, right?
Yeah.
Like, that would be a perfect example of me giving them disadvantage to hit somebody if, if someone were prone, let's say.
Jordan?
Yes.
Whatever you did to my character sheet, you got rid of all my weapons, and I don't like you anymore.
What? I don't know why that happened. I apologize.
It's okay. Yeah, because I was just scrolling through. I'm like, I had everything written down. Where is it all?
My bad. I don't know why I would have ever done that, or what I could have even possibly done to do that, but whatever. Would you have, like, 5 or 6 weapons or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. My bad.
No, it's fine. So that leads me to my next question: is what can we add / take away to this motorcycle, or should we just get a whole different vehicle to get us to.
I mean, yeah,
said
you guys
location.
could go buy like a fucking ATV or something better equipped to handle. But the bigger the target, the easier. Or I shouldn't say the bigger the target. The slower the target, the easier to hit in this game.
Yeah.
Being fast is king in this game. Oh, you actually had names for all your weapons too, my bad.
I did.
So yeah, does anyone have any thoughts or questions beyond that?
Nope. So I think,
Because like,
which really
worst
sucks,
case
is I need
scenario,
a better.
I
need a better scan of the area before I can decide anything.
Right. Sure.
But so yeah, if anybody wants a different vehicle, that's an option, or we can use my motorcycle, and that's an option.
Yeah, I mean, in reality, Gogo could drive the motorcycle, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this is gonna end up with Gogo driving the motorcycle. You realize this, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
gonna be Gogo with 2 sidecars, one with Dr. Fisher and one
Well-
with Boomer.
Well, somebody's riding bitch for sure, but
Oh, that's true. You could probably put.
you can have 3 people, no
So,
problem.
Jordan, I had a question about the
Uh-huh.
speed that would actually be able to travel per turn.
So, there is actually rules for this. So, let me find them. Vehicle speed.
Well, when Gogo keeps rolling 12s for land
Yes, so,
vehicles, it's gonna be fine.
so the motorcycle TL3 can travel a maximum speed of 100 kilometers per hour. So this being about 1 kilometer. What's that math?
100 kilometers per.
That's what it says. That's
Are
its
you-
maximum speed. Now, if you're not driving over roads, so I would
Yeah.
increase the difficulty of the driving check for sure, and a failure would mean bad things. Right? Like exponentially bad things depending on how fast you want it to go in said motorcycle. But that is technically the maximum, and that's maximum speed, right? Not maximum safe speed, maximum speed.
Yeah.
So the speed at which I would be going.
Right, probably.
I mean, comparative. I don't have the thing up in front of me, but comparatively, like, is that one of the fastest things we could get our hands on? Because currently, a lot of us have, or
Unless you get like a helicopter, that is one of the fastest things you can get your hands on.
Yeah.
great,
Yeah.
then I think we're fine.
So do we want to add a sidecar or add something to where you can drop the motorcycle out of orbit and have it land on the ground fine? Or
That is a thing you could do as well. So technically, the crew is 1 on the motorcycle, by the way.
yeah, with a sidecar it's 2.
With a sidecar, it's 2.
So we'd have to add
So
another
you would-
sidecar.
Right. Or I'll let you do 3, but it'll add penalties to any driving checks or any of that may occur with it.
Matt, can you blink with people yet? Is that
You
a thing you can do?
cannot.
Damn it.
He actually asked that already.
We discussed that at some length.
Does anyone with all of their equipment weigh like 75 pounds?
No.
I mean,
No.
Okay.
I mean, Gogo's close, but but she's also
I-
the one who
I
needs
hope,
to drive,
I
so
hope
she wouldn't
Gogo
be the
is
one that was
not
blinking.
75 pounds is all of her
No.
weight.
So
No,
She would literally be dead.
so what I was
with a
thinking.
pistol, I could probably.
Yeah. What I was thinking though is Oscar is actually pretty fast. He can teleport.
Right, you can
So
move
his
and teleport.
movement- Yeah, his movement speed is actually like 30 meters per round if he teleports and kind of like jogs. So there's a chance that if you just dropped down, he would be able to like sneaky beaky it up and maybe even get rid of, you know, some of the, like, knock out the SAM site or knock out a gun or something to that effect while you guys are like whipping around from another direction in the motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that all kind of depends on what they have besides the SAM site and the guns, too.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So,
With all the hidden mines that they put in this field in front, yeah, it seems
Meg, don't give him any more ideas.
So I think at the moment
these are
we should-
extremely paranoid drug smugglers on a foreign
That's my
planet.
immediate thought, is us driving up here and we're just gonna get fucking IUD. Anyway, continue.
So, how much is a sidecar?
The sidecar is it's the whatever that other thing
Where did-
is. It's called
Extra passengers, $5,000.
yes, extra passengers.
That's a lot of money.
Is that more than the cost of an ATV?
An ATV is 15,000.
How much?
The ATV, it's 15,000 to buy an ATV.
50. Good.
But you'd have
Okay.
you'd have to buy all of the upgrades for it. Like it would come stock, and then you'd have to buy whatever you wanted to do with it.
What we were just talking about, maybe buying a whole nother vehicle.
Right.
Because if it's 5,000 to buy a sidecar, could we just buy another motorcycle for like 4,000?
Another TL3 motorcycle would be 1,000.
1,000.
Yep.
Does anybody else feel like driving a motorcycle?
You're forgetting that Oscar has no skill in doing so.
Well, I'm not talking.
Dr.
I'm
Fisher
just saying.
has his driving license.
Guys, it's not that hard. Gogo can teach you. It'll be fine.
That doesn't sound fine at all.
No, it does not.
Listen, she knows what she's doing. She knows enough about it to probably teach somebody in transit.
So this is your
Yeah.
throttle. Good luck. Have fun.
You go really
So,
fast with
Dr.
it. Have fun.
Dr. Fisher does have a 0 with his license.
See, it's gonna be fine.
How about
Guys,
this?
It's gonna be fine.
You guys keep talking about it. Let's take a 10-minute break. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys chat about it. Figure out what you want to do, and when we come back, we'll make a decision. Okay.
All
Deal.
right.
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
So let's be back at in 10 minutes, 15 after the hour.
Okay.
Okay.